After a long journey from Pennsylvania, I finally landed in Cape Town, South Africa. As the plane was beginning to descend, I was able to grab a picture of Cape Town below. After we got booked into our hotel, I finally went to the Castle of Good Hope in South Africa. I had learned that the castle was more than just a fort, it was also a home to many shops. After we left the Castle of Good Hope, we went to Camps Bay, a popular beach known to tourists. From Camps Bay, we went to Table Mountain on an aerial cable. In the evening, my family soon went to Sun City Resort to spend the night and the next day. The next day was filled with fun as we went to the Valley of Waves, the water park for Sun City. After our visit, we visited the famous Kagalagadi Trans-Frontier Park. The park has an abundant wildlife. It can range anywhere from large cats to herbivores to more than 200 species of birds. The park has very little vegetation, occasional trees, and red sand dunes. After Kagalagadi Park, we went to Shobi National Park. On the river's edge, you may see 15 different species of animals on any one day. There are over 460 types of bird species in the park. Since we were only a 2-hour drive away from Victoria Falls, we decided to stop there on our trip. I learned that the river flows to the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe. Since we had some free time, I decided I would go bungee jumping and river rafting in Victoria Falls. As we were deciding to head north, we stopped at Kabele Forest National Park on our way up. I had learned that the park was home to 70 different species of mammals and 375 species of birds. After seeing so much wildlife on my tour, I decided to stop in Nairobi, Kenya. Once I was there, I realized there was a big gap between wealth and poverty in the country. 42% of the 44 million people live below the poverty line, and many services are considered a luxury for people. Being the risk taker I am, I decided to visit Mogadishu, Somalia. We went to the Bakara market in Mogadishu, Somalia. We traded many stuff and found many treasures there. Although tourists are said not to go there, it was quite a fun trip. From Mogadishu, Somalia, we went to Timbuktu, Mali. I finally understand what all the metaphors are. In Timbuktu, we visited the Debirshir Mosque. My tour guide told me that the mosque was a famous learning center for Mali in the 14th century. As I reflect on my trip of Africa, I realized I went from the south all the way up to the northwest region of Africa.
Back home at last. I've missed you so much, Bed.